Warning, the audio is completely terrible at the beginning. Sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you for watching. Hello and welcome to Crow's Gaming Den. This is Crow, and today we're going to be playing Curious Expedition. Now, I've played a little bit of this game, and I am not very good at it. So, for right now, each of these episodes is going to be an entire run. We are going to be playing as Johan Musika. Welcome back to the Explorers Club, dear friend. Have you heard that we are building a statue to honor our most famous member? Word is that you have a good chance of seeing your likeness on that statue. However, I'm afraid to tell you that you are not the only candidate. You and your rivals have 6 expeditions to prove who is the most famous explorer within our club. Now go explore, adventure awaits. Even though I'm not very good at the game, I'm going to be playing Expedition, so that it is basically it's standard difficulty mode, so I'm going to be playing the standard mode. And starting off, we have either the Lunatic Jungle, or the Opulent Drylands. I'm going to go to the Lunatic Jungle. Full of anticipation, I stored my equipment on the ship. The crew had preparations left to do, so I had one last bite of tea. Sister Priscilla approached me this morning. She had decided to leave Britain and begged us to accompany her to our nearby native village upon her arrival on our destination, or to spread the word of God. I'm going to accept that quest. I accepted since I would gladly promote and help spread the word of God. Alright? And here's our ship. Okay, quick cut. For some reason my audio recording got kicked out, so if there's a weird transition, it's because of that. So let's go ahead and refill our water. Made sure to bring some additional water rations from our vessel stock. I had to carefully consider our options and be prepared for our forthcoming expedition. However, I was beginning to feel the urge to head out into the unknown. Let's go ahead and begin the expedition. Sister Priscilla had marked the location of the village she was inclined to reach on our map. Alright, let's go straight to it then. For those of you that haven't played, there is this bar at the top called Sanity. Sanity marks basically how far we're able to travel before our people basically get tired of the exploration. So let's go ahead and move through the jungle, move across that pond, and enter the village. This evening we reached a village. Its inhabitants invoked respect due to being a clan of powerful warriors and protectors of this region. We accompanied the missionary to the village chief, who was a compulsive talker who told us about preeminent landmarks to look upon in the region, including a holy shrine which he marked on our map. The villagers seemed to be very happy with our appearance and welcomed us with open arms. The natives seemed to have heard pleasant things about us. Upon our arrival, Sam Kama began to converse with the natives. So we can rest, recruit, trade, or we can just go ahead and leave and continue the adventure. So I'm gonna see if we can get someone to join us. I asked around to see if some of them were interested enough to join my cause. Not long after I assembled some volunteers, I needed to decide after I had assembled some volunteers and needed to decide who to recruit. Alright, so right here you're able to see different stats. I can either take Ross, the animal handler, which seems to have 2 protection, 2 handling, I believe, on the dice. And the dice are only relevant to certain events that happen, or combat. Toughness of 4, which means they have 4 HP. Capacity. If I were to take Ross, the bottom inventory down here would actually increase by 1. There would be an additional space. That additional space would, of course, let me carry more weight. Now, when I'm collecting items throughout my expeditions, I can over encumber myself, and when I do, I lose extra sanity, which is the movement points up above. So I could take Yavazi, which he's a warrior. He has a toughness of 8, 2 attack, 2 dexterity, I believe, and 2 empty dice. He has a capacity of 2 and a loyalty of 3. The higher the loyalty, the higher the chance that if he survives this expedition with us, the higher the chance he'll come back with us, back to London. So let's take Yavazi. Yavazi, the warrior, joined the trek. We felt comfortable in the midst of the overjoyed villagers. Let's go ahead and rest. We unpacked our belongings and prepared to spend the night with the natives at our campfire. We spent an enjoyable evening with the natives. Later that night, Yavazi approached me with a request. She had fallen in love with one of the natives and privately asked me to leave our trek and stay with her beloved. Okay, so I just recruited him, and he's wanting to leave already. So either I can deny the request and bring him along, or let him stay and increase my standing with the natives here. So I'm going to let him stay. How could I reject her request? I wished her luck and congratulated her on her newfound love. Let's go ahead. My specialty is that... Okay, one thing I forgot to explain is that in order to win this game, from what I understand, you have to collect fame. And you collect fame by collecting like idols, jewels, discovering temples, discovering mummies, and then bringing samples or relics back to the expedition club, the explorers club, and gaining fame for it. So with the character that I chose, down here we have empty canvas. With an empty canvas, I can paint a native, and see I have a collection of painting, and each of these gains me 10 fame, or basically 10 value, which is 10 trading points, and funds 5. So value of 10, meaning I can trade it for a value of basically almost be a funds of 10. Or when I sell it back at the Explorers Club, I will only get 5 funds, so basically 5 money. We inquired if anyone were willing to have a portrait created in their likeness. A native gladly accepted our offer, so Juliet Durand spent the evening on a portrait of a native child. Let's study the culture. Okay, my time was well spent with an anthropological experiment. Long into the night, I documented the habits and cultures of the foreign tribe. So here is our problem. I am already over encumbered. So let's sleep. The night was quiet and peaceful. The following morning I woke to face gathered natives. It seemed my beredal morning appearance intrigued them. We felt comfortable in the midst of overjoyed villagers. Let's go ahead and trade. And the gun is so useful. From what little I've played, if you run into mummies are basically almost an end game scenario. If you're not prepared to fight a mummy, either you need to run away or he's gonna kill everyone in the party. I can give them my studies, but what is that gonna do for me? What are these? Native trinkets? Man. What do I give up? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and give up my shovels and just increase my standing. Came to an agreement with the natives. Let's go ahead and leave. We packed up the trek and departed. We packed up the trek and departed as new adventures could be waiting over the next ridge. Alright, so where do we go next? let's go to the grassland here and see what the world has in store for us. We have a trader. A roaming merchant caravan had picked up camp here. The mysterious dress trader had a lot of useful goods to offer. Most of them seemed to have the remains of other failed expeditions. I am really enjoying the music. I hope my mixing is adequate at the end of this. Trade. He seemed to be fond of us and presented rare wares that had been hidden under a blanket. Barter. A treasure map. Really? Treasure pendulum. Horn flutes. Mini puppets. I don't know what any of this does for me. Does not consume weight. Oh, this is good. So if I take that and he just wants one canvas. All right, deal. The trader seemed anxious regarding our possible return with any special trade goods. Okay. So, the Tome of Extended Vision. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's go into the jungle. One thing I wish this game had more of was, I wish they had an extended soundtrack. Like, I wish it was playing music constantly instead of just having this. Instead of just having the ambient noises of animals and just nature in general. A large building loomed in front of us. All manner of plant life grew towards the sun. Grand stairs led up to an enormous doorway. We found some sticks planted firm in the ground. Someone put ghastly human heads on their sharp end. Their mouths had been sewn shut as if to silence them. I'm gonna paint the shrine. Juliet Durian agreed to capture the essence of the wonderful slab canvas and began her work on the shrine. A few hours later, the painting was finished, which we carefully secured in a crate. It's pretty good. Enter the shrine. We arrived at what seemed to be a treasure chamber. It was truly an awe-inspiring sight. I held my breath as we discovered an ancient altar in the center. And this beautiful, like, angelic music that's playing. Let's investigate. Ooh. This is real good. What do I want to get rid of? Okay, these all give me decent fame. So, I kind of want to give up my gun. Okay, so far I've painted two things. And my max fame right now is 20. So, if we can guess that maybe each painting is 10 fame, if I got rid of these two, I would be giving up 20 fame. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This was not a day for hesitation. The treasure was ours for the taking. The world felt different all of a sudden. Whatever the people took, I hoped it would not take me. All references to the people of this land have disappeared as well. Oh, great. Let's us... take our path this way. Hopefully we miss the hyena. And we have, what is this? A stone overhang. Okay. We arrived at a rock overhang. It would serve as a basic shelter against the elements. Let's rest overnight. We prepared camp, and I told the people to rest. There was an unnatural quietness to the night as we rested by the fireplace. Juliet Durian found a fascinating fruit. We were investigating and wondering if it was edible, when it suddenly squirted a pungent fluid at us. Juliet Durian was unwary enough for it to completely cover her face. She screamed in pain, soon her eyes turned gray as she was in trouble recognizing how many fingers I was showing her. I would only hope that there was not the final end in sight. Great! We prepared for departure. Thankfully, our time here had not been upset by the massive stone over our heads falling on us. Rest one more time. I instructed the trek to halt to recuperate. The air was fresh and cool as we prepared the campfire. Sam, Kama, and Juliet Durian investigated an argument about who the better climber out of the two was. They wanted to settle their dispute by seeing who could climb one of the trees the quickest. Okay, it says no fitting dice, meaning neither one of these people have the ability to climb this tree whatsoever. So let's stop this dangerous ruckus. Juliet Durian and Sam Kama disapproved of my decision. They said something about not giving them enough freedom, but I would rather have them angry at me than risk a serious injury. Alright. We prepared for departure. The overhang had proven to be a perfect camping site. Let's leave. Alright. Let's travel north. To enter the stone circle. We came across a storm formation that was obviously man-made. There was inscriptions painted upon each rock. Perhaps they form a type of map. Let's reveal ruins. Ooh. I don't know what that symbol means. What does that mean? Mosquitoes. Butterflies. Cameras, luminescent, artful. What? Oh, wow. Okay, so we discovered a rare butterfly, which gives us 10 fame, 5 funds, and is worth nothing. Let's examine the shrine. A temple long forgotten by mankind stood bathed in light before us. It was a bold statement to the power of the creators. Low-hanging vines partially concealed the entrance that led within. The building was cold to the touch. How very interesting. Let's enter the shrine. We carefully entered a well-preserved ceremonial chamber. This place held any riches. I knew it would find them here. An altar illuminated with breathtaking ambience stood atop a plinth. Let's investigate the altar. Totem stick. And a golden skull. Let's take the skull. I would not leave empty-handed. The artifact would sit atop the altar no longer. I began to shiver uncontrollably. It was cold all of a sudden. I could see my own breath crystallize in the air, and every breath was like tiny needles that were jammed into my nose and throat. Great. Let's drink all this whiskey. And alright. Juliet, Sam. How am I gonna get back to... I don't know how I'm gonna get back to... Let's try to get back to this camping spot down here. Oh, wow. Because I end up taking that, okay, so something was dropped. Our studies were dropped, which was a lot of fame. Okay, let's go ahead and get the hot air balloon. It would take days to be ready, it would only offer limited space, everything else would not. Let's make more room. Precious valid. Who do I want to get rid of? I could get rid of the donkey. Juliet is injured, so I'm going to get rid of Juliet, I think. I can get rid of the donkey. Let's ready the balloon. Alright, we're taking these 3 things, and everything else is... We finished our preparations and boarded the balloon to begin our flight back home. Okay, good. Spent 68 days, we have 10 new fame. Let's finish the expedition. What a loyal donkey. Alright, so now that we actually completed an expedition, we actually get perks. We have to choose one of these perks. So we have Heavy Carrier, which gains 2 additional inventory slots, useful. Occult Vision removes the location of all stone circles and increases the radius when analyzing them. Protector receives an additional defense die. I'm going to take Heavy Carrier. Okay, so everyone's standing is pretty high. Completed my first expedition, have 130 fame, and I have 30 funds. Do I add more funds? Yeah, I'm gonna add more funds. Okay, so far, I haven't. Let's go to the desert. Full of anticipation, I hurried to the harbor. We had little time before the ship would be ready, so I spent my time on deck enjoying the cool breeze. A military chap approached me and spoke of a deserter who had abandoned his post. I would be suitably rewarded if I could bring the coward home and face justice. Accept. The soldier appeared relieved as I accepted his request and saluted me and wished us luck before leaving the harbor. Word of my endeavor still needed to spread, and the harbor remained almost empty for the remainder of the day. Thankfully, one solitary recruit had been arrested with the intention of signing up for our expedition. Derek the Cultist. Okay. Let's take him. We might well utilize a figure of such intensity like Derek Beddoes to our team. I rejoiced as the vessel was prepared to head for distant shores. Okay, so I have 70 funds. Let's purchase equipment. What? Okay, I'm going to the desert, so... I'm gonna take med kits, plenty of booze, a torch, and that's it. Medkit, booze, torch, that's all I'm going to be taking. Alright, so let's go ahead and set sail. Expedition number 2. So for any of you watching, if any of you guys have any questions for me, you know, feel free to ask and I will answer them in the next video. I will be playing the expedition quite often and trying to upload videos as often as I can. Currently I have this, and I would like to do some Darkest Dungeon videos as well. Currently I don't have the greatest of gaming rigs, but until that changes, I will not be doing very, I guess, higher end content, if that's the way to say it. But currently I have quite a few games that I can play and that I will probably be doing videos on, so look forward to more videos coming out soon. Hopefully this will be uploaded either the day that this is recording or the day after. And let's just see how things go. Let's refill our water. I made sure to bring some additional water rations from our vessel stock. I know that a well-prepared trek was absolutely essential for a successful expedition. However, I had to get moving to prevent my rivals attaining a noticeable head in their start of the expedition. Let's begin the expedition. So, right away, I see this question mark south. So let's head south. And let's explore the cave. Locate a cave. Its opening seems to lead deep inside the mountain. We needed a torch to move inside. I'm gonna go ahead and explore the darkness. Nothing but thwart us, not even the obscurity of this cave. We stumbled forth into the darkness. Beside our follow, we somehow made it through the darkness without anyone becoming injured. I could not tell how long we labored into the gloom, but eventually we saw a light and endeavored to reach the source. We arrived at a small cavern, scattered with the aftermath of what seemed to be a failed expedition. The skeletal remains of what must have been a German explorer presented us with a crooked smile. All the bones we found had been cracked and open, it seemed sucked empty of marrow. Okay. Let's see what we can get, and get out of here. To our surprise, one of the rotten crates still held some valuable equipment. I will be taking all of it. Alright. Let's head over here. Sexist. I don't know what that does, because we have a woman on our team, so yeah, I don't know. Oh, we're drinking water. I just realized that. There's a mission. We went through the gate and we were welcomed by an old missionary. He was seemingly happy to see our new faces, as they had been out here for what seemed like an eternity. Let us access storage room. After talking about the storage room, our host returned to his everyday duties. Let's stay overnight. The priest surreptitiously evaluated our belongings. If we wanted to rest over a roof over our heads, we had to make a donation. Let's give him booze. Bullets. First aid kit. Deal. So all he wanted was a single thing of whiskey. Alright. With his demands met, he agreed to let us stay overnight. The priest scurried off and quickly returned with several bottles of whiskey that he was inclined to share with us. Go ahead and drink. We accepted his offer and passed the whiskey around. It was a splendid vintage, and we enjoyed the evening immensely. Let's sleep. After a passable night's rest, we were ready to partake in new adventures. Trade. The Holy One returned with some of his supplies. Nothing that we want. No deal. We were not able to make an agreement with the missionary. Come to an agreement with the missionary. Let's leave. We said our farewells and he wished us well. Derek Beddoes informed me that he had decided to remain in the mission. He mentioned something about helping people in need. There was absolutely nothing I could have done to dissuade Derek Beddoes from his decision. Alright, so we lost some space. Great. Oh, that hyena's coming our way. What is this? It's a dead oasis. Everyone was relieved to arrive at the oasis, a refuge of life in the midst of this desolate region. We could refill our water. We are happy to gather some water. Let's go ahead and rest overnight. Settle down to recuperate. The mood was buoyant as I ordered wood to be gathered for a fire. I woke soaked in sweat from a nightmare. I dreamt that Derek Beddoes had returned, but his face had melted like hot wax, and he demanded to know why I let him to death. I will shiver writing these lines. Creepy. Our time here was well spent. The oasis lay before us like an island of life and sea of sand and nothingness. Let's leave. Let's go ahead and keep heading south. And stay away from that hyena. What is this? A shipwreck. Explore. We made an unusual discovery. We found the remains of an old boat. As far as I could tell, it must have been some kind of pirate ship. It must have been here for more than 100 years. I tried to identify the name, the Black Rock. I spotted animal tracks staying here, but surely untracked, unwanted guess. I'm willing to risk it. Search the area. My instinct said that we could find something of value here. We formed small teams and scoured the place. Oh yeah, gems. Gems provide 20 value, only 5 fame, and 30 funds. Dynamites. Alright, we departed. We became aware that our presence had attracted inquisitive wildlife. So now, if we even take a single step, we're going to be fighting a hyena. So let's do it. Alright, we're fighting a hyena. And that hurt. That hurt a lot. I can use the dynamite in combat. Let's check that out. Oh, I didn't know that would happen. We deprive the dead of anything useful. How? Okay, so everyone has... Okay, so John's dead. Let's heal John. Use first aid kit to heal John. Who's our best person? Use first aid kit to treat the injury to Sam Camda. He had more color in his cheeks afterwards. Alright. What is this? Injured. Even though this will heal by time, an injury can become infected and turn into a serious problem. Great. A temple. After a long day of traveling, the expedition reached a majestic temple that was carved into a mountain. It was truly a majestic sight. A large opening led inside. Let's enter the temple. We found a sacred altar room. A massive platform stood in the center. We saw a golden chalice containing a strange liquid atop of the altar. Intuition told me that one of our members should drink from it. Juliet. I asked Juliet to drink from the mysterious chalice. She protested initially, but then drank it all in one go. As she drank from the chalice, her skin began to harden and darken. Soon after, it seemed as if her skin was now much harder and more resistant to harm. Great. As we left, a massive stone plate lowered behind us and sealed the portal. There was no way back inside. Alrighty then. Let's head this way. Knew the name of John, whose Zingo would be forever remembered. To the Explorers Club. Oh, wow. That's a loyal donkey. So good. Well, you've seen it here, folks. That's the first time I've ever found a golden temple. I'm gonna go ahead and collect my perk and get past the reward screen, and then after that, again, thank you for joining myself, Crow, and witnessing my journey through this game. Gun exports. Charismatic. Let's take charisma. We'll leave it for the next episode. In the next episode, I will decide which adventure next we should embark in.